Hello, boys and girls and hermaphrodites and mermaphrodites and firmaphrodites. This is Taylor, and I tried to make sure that little intro encompassed every single person on the world to make sure you all feel included. So if you appreciate that, leave a rating or something. And if you don't, then yell at me in the comments section. I'd really appreciate that too. So this is a Would You Rather. You guys seem to appreciate it when I do these things. I did one a while ago, and by a while I mean like 4 days. And it failed and got all messed up, and I had a couple more tech issues. I'm honest, I'm pretty sure that all these tech issues are due to my own ineptitude in the world of technology, so I'm not going to pretend like it's just the world out to get me. More than likely, it's me messing these things up on accident and then reaping the detriments of that later. But anyway, on to the content, which would be the Would You Rather questions. So let us get going with this one. Would you rather only be able to see the world in a shade of red or barely hear people when they speak? All right, let's sit and think about this. We need to make sure that we allot like a good 10 seconds of solid thought to each of these before we randomly spurt out answers to be responsible. All right, so thinking about this shade of red one, I'm looking around my apartment right now and looking at all my surroundings and just imagining seeing all this. Even the white walls are not white. I don't know. A girl will be able to name this color better than me. It's clearly not white. It's like off-white or eggshell white or taupe. I don't freaking know. But if you see all of this in red, like that would stress you out so much. Like if you saw everything in like a nice tranquil eucalyptus or like a mint blue or like something cool like that, I mean that wouldn't be too bad. Like it'd be irritating. It'd be like playing Pokemon Blue constantly in real life for reals, and it'd also be like having sex with a lot of Avatar women because they'd have a slight blue complexion, which is fine. I'm fine with blue women. I'm not discriminatory based on hilarious colors. So I'm going to have to go with barely be able to hear people when they speak, because if you see the whole world in a shade of red all the time, first of all, nobody's going to freaking believe you. Everybody's going to say you're crazy, when at least people will believe that you're deaf. If you're saying like, oh, I can't hear you, they'll say, oh, well, that's a common problem for deaf people. Allow me to speak up. Whereas if you're asking them a question like, hey, could you make a new chart of this for me because I can't see in anything but red and this is really messing with me, they're going to say, oh, yeah, sure. And then they're going to walk out and be like, Jesus Christ, did you talk to that guy? Says he can only see in red. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. He's just a lunatic. So gonna have to go with barely hear people when they speak. Really, 46% on that one. Maybe that's just me. I could see how this one might not be as black and white. Definitely pick one. Definitely deny the other. So I'm not gonna make fun of the other people like I tend to do. Faggots. I couldn't resist. Anyway, would you rather hold your pee all day or have to go pee every 5 minutes? Holding your pee all day is, okay, let's start this off real quick. My mom, and I'm sure every other woman who has ever gone on a road trip ever, has to pee a lot, and I don't know what the biology of it. I don't know why women seem to have to pee way more than men, but in my opinion, I think that a lot of it is psychological, and by that I mean, I think that a lot of people who pee all the time, they think that like the second your body tells you you have to pee, that like you immediately have to pee, that they're like, oh, gotta pee right now, just like from a tiny little, feeling of having to pee down there. Like, well, the way I see it is like, I have to pee right now. Like, I could walk in the bathroom right now as I'm doing this commentary and probably take a normal-sized pee. But I'm not, and I'm not probably going to get up and pee right after this just because, you hold your pee. You don't, go as soon as you have to go. It doesn't dominate every, essence and fiber of your being. It's not like a painful thing to have to hold your pee in. It's just like you don't let it dominate your life. You think, oh, I have to pee. Allow me to think about something else for a bit, and I'll get back to that later. You know what I mean? Is it weird that I do that and other people don't? I don't know. Maybe this is just a guy thing. But in my opinion, that's what the whole pee issue is with men and women, is some women are more inclined to just go pee as soon as they feel the slightest inkling of pee urge, whereas most guys are kind of like, screw it, I'll go later. And that could be a testament to laziness on guys' part, so I'm not saying this is an intrinsically good or bad trait. Oh, I love how I always have to, hedge my bets after I say anything about race or sexism to make sure nobody gets pissed at me. I love the political correctness age we live in now. So I'm going to go with hold your pee all day. Got off track there. Hope you're not mad. 68% said hold your pee all day. All right, I can respect that. Good for you. Only 32% of you decided that you would rather consciously ruin other people's road trips and frustrate them to no end, so thank you for that. Would you rather be topless all the time or be pantless all the time? All right, so for the sake of this question, let's assume that they don't mean pantless like you still have underwear. Let's assume they mean pantless like you got nothing on your lower body or nothing on your upper body. So being a guy going around like without a shirt on. Like I could walk out my door right now without a shirt on, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Like nobody would stare at me, nobody would make a big fuss about it because I'm not so freaking overweight and fat and disgusting that people will be like, holy shit, look at that guy. And I'm not so chiseled and jacked and good looking that people will be like, holy shit, look at that guy. I guess, wow, both reactions are pretty similar for two opposite reasons. That's interesting. We should think about that. But, so I'm going to have to go with topless just because, like, even without, like, the sexual implications of walking around with your dick hanging out, like, just like a complete creep, like, pedophile, weirdo, rapist, like, even without those implications, just, like, think about what you would look like walking around with no pants on. Just ass, dick hanging out, you know, just a baggy shirt on, hanging, like, it just looked weird. Like, you don't look normal like that. You look like a homeless person. You look like a crazy vagabond who just hopped off a train and is running around the city planning on raping and murdering children and animals. So, you know, that's pretty unpleasant, and I'm pretty sure that people who don't wear pants tend to, you know, murder people more, and that's purely speculative, and it's based not at all in reality, but I'm going to go with that as a rationale for choosing topless. 72% said topless, and 28% said bottomless. Honestly, like, think about it. Like, bottomless, do you really want to be, like, going in the woods and, like, hanging out outside bottomless, like, walking through thick brush, like, just getting your legs and your private parts and your ass, everything cut up with, like, burrs and stuff? No, hell no. I'd much rather walk through the wilderness, like, with... I don't know why I'm walking through the wilderness. Like, Lord knows last time I went in the wilderness was, like, 2 weeks past never. But, you know... I'm going to go with topless. 72% say topless. Think I already gave you the stat. I think we can move on right out. All right. Would you rather wear a dress or wear high heels? Honestly, I'd rather wear high heels just because I think they're kind of cool. Like, they're like, no guy can get away with wearing shoes that make them way, way taller. And, like, even, like, it's kind of, you know, a double standard in that way because girls can wear and put on lots of things and accessories that drastically manipulate the way they look, sometimes deceiving you with push-up bras and booty pop jeans or whatever, but guys are kind of discouraged from that. We're supposed to stay kind of plain and just be like, you know, what you see is what you get. So I'm going to go with high heels because Lord knows I could go for another, you know, 4 inches in height, just be walking around way taller than most people. I mean, yeah, sure, they'd probably notice that I was standing with really sexy high heels on, but then again, if they were noticing that, they'd notice how fine my calves looked, so I'm pretty okay with that. I'm going to go with high heels. 35% said high heels, 65% are retarded. On to the next one. Would you rather... Oh my god! What the hell, man? Alright, so... Alright, we're going to end on this one just because this is discouraging. This is so bad. I have my account signed in right now, and when the account is signed in, I think it just automatically allows you to have explicit questions asked. There's probably a setting. I can go mess with that later. But would you rather slam your dick in a door or give your grandma a rim job? You know, I mean, pretty much every single option that involves, like, mutilating your own penis is, like, number one on every list of, like, things you don't want to do. But, like, with a situation like this, I honestly just found myself, like, rationalizing, like, hey, you know, if it's, like, a closet door or, like, one of those doors that's, like, really not heavy, or as long as it's not, like, a hotel door, like, I could do that and still, you know, have a functional member. Like, it would, as long as I didn't slam it too hard, and, you know. But, God, what a bad option. Damn it. I need to think of some sort of clever retort to get out of this, but I can't. Maybe, my grandparents aren't even all dead. Oh, God. What a horrible way to say that in that context. Jesus Christ. I guess I'm going to have to go with slamming my dick in a door. God damn, never thought that would be the lesser of two evils, but that's what the scenario is. Never thought I'd say that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I learned something today that, you know, there is things worse than self-inflicted genital mutilation, but hope you guys enjoyed. As I said about 30 seconds ago, if you did, please leave a rating. That'd be cool. Love you.